Bankai Shuheiの向上捧げつ揺れの地と命をな
Alright, what is going on, guys? Spiteful is back again, coming at you with a video. We're going to be going over the level 200 gameplay footage. We do have the Twitter gameplays. I wish the quality was better. You'll see that, like, it's pretty blurry, which is unfortunate, but I mean, it is what it is. So shout out to XX Hikone, because he actually made the gameplay look, in my opinion, better than what CFYOW made it look like. I mean, that's just Twitter gameplay. Like, it's on Twitter, right? Alright, so let's just get right into it. Alright, now, going right into these characters, first off, Shuhei does have weaken on all of his attacks. He does have strong attack recharge when within a wrong card killer. He's a Soul Reaper, no captain, of course. Stats, 806 spiritual pressure, 642 attack, 351 focus. Now, going into the stats and skills of each one of these characters, and I'm only going to say the percentages one time for these specific skills, because literally every single one of these characters got these skills. Bruiser 20%, Havoc 20%, Berserker 20%, Frenzy, Debilitator plus 5 seconds. Every single one of those characters, every single one of these characters has it. I will be reiterating this, but I'm not going to bother with the percentages because I'm going to just be repeating myself, literally. Hisagi Shuhei also has Nullified Melee Resistance plus 100%. This means that he can be used as a range character in 2 different guild quests, which is really good. Now, his ultimate does have Weaken as well as the debuff ability from Askin. This debuff ability means that he's going to be dealing a ton of damage when it comes to his ultimate. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the same power level as Bombardment. Don't quote me on that, because like at the end of the day, like he still has to enable the hit of Weaken and the debuff. So like stuff like if you're trying to use this to get from the from the 4th wave to the 5th wave, this definitely could be very, very useful. You're going to be dealing significantly more damage to the final boss, which is really, 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 really good. All right, so let's just move on. Yeah, so I understand why he wasn't given a Marauder. I think the Marauder is a really, really broken skill, and setting a precedence this early to just give it to another character is kind of broken. That being said, like, he is an Arankar killer, so he doesn't need melee. He doesn't need to break melee guard. However, eventually you're going to want to take him into Inheritance Zone, Extreme Co-op, and other content where they'll be running Hollows and Soul Reapers that you do need to break their guard to begin with. So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Oh, another complaint that I've been seeing about this Hisagi is that he's not in his Bankai state, which I'm kind of fine with him not being in his Bankai state the entire time, because imagine having like a big chain bola that actually follows you around. I don't think that he's able to move, like, I don't think he's able to just like move around with that thing like tied to him. And what are they going to do? They're just going to tie a chain around him and just leave the big ball of chains like in the sky? It just doesn't make any sense. To be honest, but I mean, it is what it is. That's neither here nor there. Either way, this is Bankai Shuhei. Alright. Next on the list, we're going to go over Hikone. So the same skills apply: Bruiser, Havoc, Berserker, Frenzy, Devastation, Debilitator plus 5 seconds. He does have a Sprinter plus 2 to differentiate himself, as well as a Disabler against Technique attribute Soul Reapers. That's going to be incredibly important because something like Guild Quest, he's going to definitely be able to proc his Weaken with his strong attacks significantly easier, as well as his NAD, which actually bleeds through enemies. He does have the same NAD string as Tokinata, so you'll see here with the range collision, he'll push the enemies back. So going into his 3rd strong attack, his ultimate is so good. Alright. So, his 3rd strong attack, you'll see that actually this is a 975 AoE that gets turned into 1170 radius, which is really, really strong. And I'll do it from this one. Alright, so you'll see here that he did it facing to the right side, was able to cleave the enemy behind him as well as the enemies to the side. And this one, he's facing to the top left, able to clip this enemy on the side, which is really, really, really good. Like, personally, this 3rd strong attack is one of my favorites in the entire game, just because of the range. Like, this is like I want to say like 950 radius in front and then like 200 radius in the back, which is really good. Like you can see the damage, like the hitbox over here. That's actually really, really nice. I wish that the quality was better. Alright. So second strong attack is going to be the same as Tokinata. Now Tokinata's strong attack does keep him in place, so you'll see that you're going to be forced to stay in this position while you do this second strong attack. This could be hurtful during epic raids. Yeah, like I feel like Tokinata gets kind of away with it because like since you're probably building him with his flurry build with a gold chappy, hollow bait, normal attack damage item depending on what you actually have available to you, you'll usually use your boost in between rounds since his strong attacks don't really deal damage, right? So yeah. So you'll see that he does the initial vacuum attack into the pushback vortex, and you'll see that he actually pushes his hand forward over here, and you're going to be locked into that animation for the duration of that strong attack, which kind of sucks. I don't believe that you're going to be able to animation cancel it. If you can animation cancel out of that, that's going to be amazing. Alright, and first strong attack is going to be the 3000 radius in front. Really, really strong first strong attack. Like personally, it's the best. In my opinion, it's the best in the game. This first strong attack originally used to be a second strong attack. I think that it started with Full Bring Ichigo, 2500 length, 16-second cooldown. However, when it's put on the first skill, it's actually turned into an 8-second cooldown, which is nuts. Yeah, so you can just see like the width of this thing. It's just so nasty, dude. So good. And we're able to proc the weaken because he is a Soul Reaper, so chances of you proccing weakens like roughly like 70 to 80%. He hits what, 6 times roughly, and then on top of that he has a 12% chance per one of those hits. Now I'm not really like a math major, but I'm pretty sure it's something like 60 to 80% chance of actually inflicting weaken. Alright, normal attack damage string, same as Tokinata, bleeds right through, but since he's an SP based character, you're not going to be using his NAT all that much, but being able to push the enemy back until his strong attacks come back, definitely not a bad, it's definitely not bad. I prefer that over a melee NAT string, to be honest. Alright, next this. Now Aura Michibane probably got like the biggest shaft of them all. She has the Sprinter +1, Bruiser, Havoc, Berserker, Frenzy, Devastation, Debilitator. But she also was given Guard Break, which I think definitely saved the character. I think without Guard Break, she'd probably be... Without Guard Break, she'd literally be Halloween Gin, bro. She'd just be bad. Third strong attack is a full screen. Second strong attack is a crawling vortex. First strong attack is a pushback shave style attack. However, with Guard Break, she won't have to worry about breaking guard, which is good considering that you're wasting several attacks on a first strong attack that deals next to no damage, which sucks. So yeah. So full screen third. Second strong attack will be the crawling vortex. And then first strong attack is going to be the pushback. Yeah, so you'll see that she's still able to like cleave these enemies, but these are probably, yeah, these are point event enemies, right? So like she's gonna have killer attribute on them. She has the bonus plus 50% damage on them. So like I wouldn't really be too impressed about her finishing them off in one hit. She is link slotted, but she is not with any gear on or anything like that. So like the link slots is kind of wasted on her, and she's not using any accessories either. Nat string is going to be the standard pushback attack. Now, overall, I do think that Aura is going to be a good character. I don't think she's going to be broken, of course. Like she has a little too much. She's swimming against the grain. You feel me? Like I feel like they shafted every single one of the canon Can't For Your Own World characters. Every single one of the Can't For Your Own World females all got a shave style first strong attack, and then on top of that they all were saved only because they have guard break. But just because they were saved by that doesn't mean that they weren't like hindered in other ways. Aura was given no affiliation killer, and despite Niliel and Halibel both being given a Soul Reaper killer, you don't really hear much about them. And since they were in a very low value banner along with Kisuke, unfortunately, those fillers were pretty mediocre, so a lot of people end up skipping those banners just straight up because it's just not worth your orbs. Like, there's nothing broken about that banner. There's nothing broken about this banner in particular. Like, I feel like this banner is probably the most hype skip. I don't really think that this banner's bad. However, there's just replacements for every single one of these characters. Like, you have Spirit Society Byakuya Shinji for Hikone. You have you have who's a good Aronkar killer? I mean, you have Senjumaru. I think that I was gonna say Kaien. I think Shuhei probably makes the biggest name for himself here, but for Aura, like, you have Spirit Society Rangaku. Like, and Spirit Society Rangaku has a 1200 radius third strong attack. She has the 3000 length beam. Like, those attacks are melee collision, and then her second strong attack is the same as Tokinata, which is, in my opinion, better than a regular crawling vortex. A lot of people were asking me, why does a crawling vortex make a character bad? And it doesn't. It just makes them kill significantly slower, and at the end of the day, it's like, it's just an inferior strong attack in comparison to the alternatives that could have been given to them. None of these characters got a 960 AoE despite having Havoc 20%. Every single one of these characters got a range collision second strong attack in a sense. I do think that Shuhei got the best second strong attack out of the bunch, but like, if he had the 800 to 960 radius with Havoc 20%, it's just significantly better. Alright, so, and we are back, and you'll see here that I actually have Machine Society Toshiro and Shuhei actually lined up completely together, and I actually slowed down the gameplay completely. So you'll see that this starts, okay, you see when the attack actually starts dealing damage, right? So I synced it up so that they have the same exact activation time, and you'll see that, right? You'll see that Toshiro's activation time actually starts hitting later than Shuhei's, right? There's Shuhei. Actually, you know what? We can actually just go by straight frame data at this point. Alright, so boom, boom. Alright, so we start at frame number 2884. No, 2883. So as soon as we start dealing damage, there we go. Trying to get the exact frame. Yeah, so 2928. So this takes roughly, yeah, I don't feel like doing math. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Okay, so here you see the damage is clear on Shuhei's screen, whereas Toshiro still is activating. So Toshiro is going to be locked in his animation a bit longer, but you'll also see that whenever the numbers start appearing, Toshiro actually killed his people, but you'll see that Shuhei's still dealing damage over here. In my opinion, this is pretty significant because that means that you're gonna be locked in your animation no matter what, but Toshiro actually starts giving off hits later. So yeah, like you'll see that the fade in the attacks is roughly the same on both sides, right? Yeah. Literally, the fade is the exact same on both sides. So even though Toshiro's attacks come out, like the damage actually comes out a bit later, they end the strong attack at the same exact time. I think that that's relevant. I'm not sure if anyone really cared too much about it, but I did want to bring it up because I took the time to slow it down and everything. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Overall, this banner is pretty hype. I understand that it is. I'll have a Shiryu summon coming out later on today, right after. It'll probably be out in about 5 hours from the upload of this video in particular. And I guess I will leave it at that. You know, guys, grind on, catch up, hit me up, stay blessed. I wish you all the best luck with your summons. I think that this is technically an easy skip. However, considering this is the last Can For Your Own World banner, I do feel like people should summon on it. I mean, it is what it is. Like, I feel like you should summon on it if you actually need these characters. If not, just skip it. Like, I don't see why it has to be a big deal. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Stay blessed, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.